Stop it.
Confidential product. Do not place on sales floor prior to street date. Street date August 1st, 2023. It is obviously, if you're watching this video when it came out, not August 1st, 2023. And don't worry, I didn't find that on a sales floor. But that's not even what's happening here, and everybody's gonna be cool about it, right? Because you know what happens to snitches. Bought this off Amazon. Link down in the description below. It's affiliate link, so when you spend many dollars, I get many pennies in return. It's one of the ways that you can support the channel, but if you want to support the channel for free, all you have to do is like and subscribe. Yeah, if you just hit that subscribe button, that tells YouTube that my content is worth showing to other people, even though they basically do everything possible to make sure you don't have to subscribe to me, because they'll just show you my content anyway, but then I have to convert you to subscribe to the channel, so they would push it to more people. Why do you do this, YouTube? Oh right, I'm a grown man talking about toys. Hey, check out this toy! Yes, I've gotten my hands on X-Shot Insanity, X-Shot's new line of new blasters. I guess we shouldn't have complained so much about them not producing anything new or unique, because we got a whole new line out of it, and this is the Mad Mega, and yes, it literally looks like that. You see that beautiful face? I can honestly believe it's that fun. Weighing in at about $30 US, this is a 72 dart drum blaster, which isn't even like the biggest, most ridiculous drum out there, because remember, there is the Alpha Auto 72, a full auto flywheel blaster from Buzzbee that is also $30, but its rate of fire leaves a lot to be desired. But this is a pump action slam fire springer, so now we got ridiculous capacity drum mags that cover all of the things. Okay, so you're probably wondering about the name. Why is this called the X-Shot Insanity line? Well, that's because it kind of looks like that. So they sell the blasters, right? But then you can combine them together with little attachments, and they come with various little dart holding things genetically engineered to make the most clickbait thumbnails this side of PDK films or gun versus gun. So we got the Maniac here, probably not gonna talk about it. We got the Berserko, which I've had for a few weeks, and I don't think I'm gonna really talk about it much. And then we've got the big boy down here that I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on tomorrow. And then you can combine them all together like a Megazord to create a sentry gun from Team Fortress 2. Engineer be proud. None of this stuff is actually going to be doing anything, but you can put it on the blaster and make it look ridiculous, and you know we're going to get ridiculous once we get that rage fire. It features Zuru's new air pocket darts, which we haven't really talked about a whole lot on the channel, but they are pretty decent darts. 72 of them, enough to fill up the drum once. However, if you want to have all the cool little like dart holders filled up, you're gonna need some extra darts. Look at that, it's even got the TikTok and YouTube logo on the box. They know what this is made for. Ah. Well, there's our drum. One pack of darts, one of the ammo holders, more darts. Ah! Die! Another ammo holder, a surprise tool that will help us out later, and the Mad Mega itself.
Get some help.
Kind of nostalgic to see like classic Nerf colored darts that aren't Elite darts, that are better than Elite darts in every single way. And we should talk about these dart holders. They are suspiciously small, and they don't have any dart pegs in them, because not only can you fit your standard new Zuru darts in there, but your short darts can catch a ride as well. And why would that even matter? Well, these things, where the connection piece can actually go on any of the spots of the dart holder that have a little slot in there for them, it's a picatinny rail to Zuru dart holder attach. That is unreasonably cool. So yes, you could have a legitimate use for this in your pro loadout. Same thing with this little guy, although it's all just completely enclosed holes, so you have to push the darts through it, where if you're using short darts, that'll be a little bit more difficult, and it is customizable in a similar way. And of course, we have to open up our thing. It comes in 3 segments of 2 segments apiece, so there's a total of 6 of them, and they just kind of connect together like that. There is a locking piece in there that will lock it together. And yes, this is actually the size of the drum. So it can come back apart if you want it to, but when it's together, it is reasonably strong. And even if it does come apart, it'll just click back together. It's kind of meant not to fall apart, although it will get a little bit loose. And to save time, here's one that I prepared earlier. Yeah, 72 darts. That is a lot of foam. And of course, it doubles as one of those fancy Elizabethan colors. Ah yes, pray tell, you have flung foam today. Now the blaster itself is pretty interesting. The grip is functional. It's for some reason not the most comfortable thing ever for me, but maybe that's just because of my tiny baby hands. It's got some good negative space and a lot of rails on it, as you would expect from something that has a lot of rail attachments. No adjustable stock, no nothing like that. It does have a very nice, big, comfortable pump grip at the front of it, and it's made out of the same kind of flexible, flimsy Zuru plastic, so your mileage may vary on this one quite a bit. And one disappointing thing is, like, Zuru does all those really cool skins blasters, right? Why is this a sticker? And that just really rubs me the wrong way. This whole thing is a sticker that will eventually just get damaged and come off, and then you'll just have this weird blue and black blaster. On the other end of the spectrum, this is cool as heck, because this little orange nub right here is the release for putting in the drum, and it's still a picatinny rail. It's a picatinny nub button. That is rad as heck. Take our drum, put it on there like that, make sure it's in place, slap that down, and it is functional. And yes, you are supposed to wield it with your arm going through the drum. This is ridiculous. Pull that priming grip back, makes a ratcheting sound, but otherwise is really smooth. Pump it forward, and now it's locked and ready to go. And she's got a bit of a pop to her. And of course, pull the trigger down, pump it back, and it fires a dart. Yeah. I have to clean all that up. Give me a towel. Yeah, so it's a reasonably smooth and light prime. I did mess it up quite a few times during that, but it works, and it's one of the better slam fire. Because of that ratcheting prime you hear, it's one of the smoothest slam fire experiences I've had. The drum will rotate. It takes a bit of force to do so, but it won't rotate like on accident or anything like that. You're more likely to break the entire front of your blaster off than you are to rotate this accidentally. And with it being an open-faced drum, it's really easy for you to reload this thing on the fly if you're out of ammo and get a couple of more shots off, topping this thing up from the beautiful dart holders that you can put all over the picatinny rails on the blaster. So you can fill up the included dart holders with the darts you have, with 4 left over, which is obviously not enough to fill up the 72 dart drum. Kinda wish it came with enough darts for all of them, but 72 darts is still a heck of a lot. So to be able to compare the performance of the Mad Mega to other blasters, we have to measure it scientifically somehow, and that's what this little ditty does. He doesn't have a name, so it's up to us to give him one, and I'm gonna go with Freddy.
What? What happened?
There was a guy in there.
So Freddy here's a chronograph, and it measures velocity in feet per second. That's what the little number is. Average velocity of a standard NERF brand blaster is 70 FPS. So let's see how the Mad Mega does. 85.5, 83.6, 83.2, 83 even, 85 even, 84.6, 83 even, 83.8, 84, and 84.8. So around 83, 84 FPS average, which is, yeah, that's a pretty substantial improvement over stock NERF. Better question is, can we hit anything with it?
Get up, Freddy, you're sitting at my desk.
And welcome to my indoor simulated range. I've got a target down there, and I'm gonna take 10 shots to get the highest possible score with the Mad Mega that I can, and this will kind of show us if the dart will even travel straight through the air. I've got 10 shots to get the highest score possible, closer to the bullseye, higher the score. Typical decent blasters get around 70, but if it gets above 85, that's particularly accurate, and above that, who knows? Not that I have a lot of confidence in standard length foam darts. All right, Mad Mega, let's see what you got. I'm gonna do 2 runs, because this is already super awkward, and then on top of that, I'm gonna need 1 run, dry run, to see if we can even do anything, because I can't aim with this, so we'll do it with feeling. Not even close. Somewhat close. There we go. All right, that wasn't a particularly good run. I had some decent start there, but it's really hard to aim, and a couple of those darts just went in random directions. Run 2. Yeah, all right, it's not a very accurate blaster. It's usable, and honestly, I don't think you're gonna be aiming much with a thing like this, but if somebody was, let's say, 50 feet away and only their head was exposed, you would have a hard time trying to hit it. And if they were farther away than that, it's basically body shots only at this point. Which is pretty fine, because something that looks like this isn't exactly made for accuracy. I just love how flippin' ridiculous this thing looks. Visually interesting blasters are something that I love, and I can definitely get behind what we got with the X-Shot Mad Mega. And for $30 US, you get a lot with this blaster, and there's so much to love here. Is it the most accurate sniper rifle thing ever? No, it's not meant to be. It's meant to be a room clearer. For the humans versus zombie players, you know, where the targets come to you, and you don't need that insane distance you'd get with something from a pro line, this will serve you well. But for your pre-workout snorting, Bang energy chugging drywall puncher out there, that's the people down there that are going, well, the X-Shot long shot hits so much harder, it's the same price, why would I ever buy that? Yeah, this isn't for you, and that's fine. Speaking of silly, we haven't even touched on the main gimmick of the Insanity line yet, which is the combining of the blasters. Remember this little guy? Well, this is a picatinny to picatinny rail adapter. I'm sure these are a thing that normally exist, however, I don't have one until now. I'm sure I could have printed one years ago, but I have one now because it came with my X-Shot Mad Mega. Take that off, that on, and it's very tight. And yeah, you can do some really dumb, cool things. And while this doesn't do anything, I can still prime it, and I can still fire it. So we have to just play with this. Hippity hoppity, get off my property. But it isn't really going anywhere. You'll probably break something before you break this off. But now if I need to reach out and touch someone, I can just do that. On top of already having my 72 round dump truck. Yeah, there's a lot of fun to be had here. I'm calling this one the Dumbo Rat, because my worker Harrier will absolutely smite you, and then I've got the cute little blaster ears right here. It's not practical, but it sure is hilarious. But there are practical reasons for using these things too, so let me know down below what you think this little piece will be good for. Yeah, clickbait YouTube thumbnail imagery aside, it's not like it's the end-all be-all of blasters, but if you look at this thing and you say you want one, you'll definitely have a lot of fun with the X-Shot Mad Mega. Dart holders are a little loose, and of course the darts can fall out of these circular ones. I mean, it is massive and gigantic, and it doesn't really need to be like that. The drum is basically the size of the blaster. It's got X-Shot's creaky, thin plastic. There are a couple of downsides here, but everything else far outweighs that in my opinion. Not only does it have an excessive capacity and slam fire that is buttery smooth with pretty good distance to back that up, but you get all of this for $30, which is quite the bargain, and X-Shot stuff tends to go on sale pretty regularly. No, you don't have to have one, but you probably want one.